This is the Speculator at Take Your Profits, doing a quarterly review video for the Quarterly Take video blog on the website. Pretty much I'm going to be just going over my performance numbers for the year, comparing my production, my financial production for each quarter against my previous performance, and then finally against the S&P 500. Here's a small breakdown I got for the first quarter. Actually, my numbers are revised to consider a reconciliation I did to account for the spreads and commissions I've had to pay out to the broker to participate in the trades I've been involved in. So the new performance numbers, the revised performance numbers for the first and second quarter are 30.39% for the first quarter of 2011, a gain of 21.81% for the second quarter, which was a drop of 8.58% from the quarter before that, obviously, and then the third quarter, which is the quarter that this particular video blog is concerned with. We've regained some territory and shown year to date for 2011 quarter 3 a gain of 31.95%, which is a gain of 10.14% from the previous quarter. Most importantly, the S&P 500 has dropped to a loss of 10.64% on the year. So my performance is beating the S&P 500 by about 40% year to date. So hopefully we should be able to continue the consistency and maintain that profitability and grow upon that profitability throughout the year. So let's go into the Pro Trader dashboard so you can see the details of these gains. And we've already had a small win for October, so I've had to leave that trade outstanding to show the performance for the account through the month of September only. As you can see, through the month of September, we show a 31.95% gain. We're still trading on the first current allowable position size as per the mathematically defined money management parameters within the Pro Trader dashboard. So we're still at the $13,000 equity level, which I guess it's that unlucky number 13. It's been proven to be a difficult barrier to break through this year. So it's been so far a change in equity of 31.95 positive from the starting equity of 10,000 that was allocated on this account. And obviously, as per the money management parameters, the equity, the delta, or the change in equity level, which we're seeking in order to change position size, is the $4,000 delta is what we're using. So on the year, the total pip gains as calculated by the Pro Trader dashboard has been about 64, about 6,500 pips I've earned throughout the year on the entirety of my trading strategy. We've paid this is actually reconciled through the month of June, so we're still missing the third quarter reconciliation, which will be revised into the number later on, but the number is not that different. But we've paid so far about $803 in commissions, so about 8% of my gains have gone to commissions and spreads. So going into the Pro Stats area of the dashboard, here's the equity curve. As you can see, it shows a steady 31% climb, showing higher lows following this continuous trend upwards. Let me see how much time there's left on the video. That's the equity curve. Here are the year-to-date metrics. Net profit for the year is $31.95. Number of winners and losers, I've gone 40 for 56 with a total batting average of 417, batting better than Ted Williams again. Average wins of $483 per trade. Average losing trade is about $288. Win-loss ratio is 0.71. So what does that mean? That means I'm losing I'm winning for every 4 I win. I don't know. Win-loss ratio 0.71. Somebody can help me figure what that means. Let me know. Average profit per trade is $33.29. Combining the overall wins and losses, I'm guaranteed that no matter what, I'll get about $33 a trade. Average drawdown is $11.51. My max drawdown is 3,048. Number of times in drawdown has been 14. Gross profits of 19,283. Gross losses of 15,283. Gross profits to losses, earning about 26 cents on every dollar I invest, are taken as losses. My system expectancy is 69.89 based on this formula. Average wins divided by average losses times winning percentage times 100. My best trading days are Fridays. Worst trading days are Wednesdays. Best markets to trade in for me is Europe. Worst markets to trade in is Asia. My best symbol traded is the euro dollar. Worst symbol traded is the Swiss franc. My best charts traded is the 4-hour chart. My worst chart traded is the 1-hour chart. So that's my overall metrics on the year. The metrics for the third quarter are here. I earned $455.37 in July, took a small loss of $110.76, and then I took that back with a $670 win in September. The good thing about this small loss in August is that when you look at the previous 2 quarters, the drawdown quarters were actually substantially bigger than the drawdown I incurred in August. So that's actually an improvement on my part, making sure that when I do have a quarter of drawdown, it does stay contained, which is what I'm in search of. But with that containment, you can see that my risk is reduced, and therefore maybe my profits on the profitable months are being affected comparatively to the previous quarters when I was taking bigger risks. Nonetheless, I am still maintaining consistent profitability, showing consistent results and sticking to my strategy. Here's my here's my batting averages for the month, for each of the months. I went 5 and 10 in July, 3 and 6 in August, 6 and 6 in September. So 333 in the first 2 periods of the quarter and 500 in the last period. I finished off the quarter swinging strong. Let's see how much time is left. Here's the average profit per trade. Again, August was a tough month to deal with. Finished off strong with a $55 profit per trade calculation in September. My drawdowns were minimized in August, down to 329 average and max drawdown. My average in September was 1339, max it was 1873. Number of times in drawdown in July was 2, 1 in August, 2 in September. And in September you can see that for every dollar invested I returned 35 cents. Expectancy was 67.45, 59.90 in August, 81.75 in July. Even though my best days to trade year-round are Fridays, in this third quarter, Friday has been the worst day to trade. Best time periods to trade has been New York for me this last quarter. And the best market traded has been the Canadian dollar, making plays off of crude oil and the dropping prices in crude oil. This first trade was about a 200 pip win. However, it was the commencement of the trend that helped me take 500 pips out of this second trade. However, I remember when I took this first trade, I wanted to improve on being able to hold on to a winner longer to maximize my gains, and that's what I did with this second Canadian dollar trade, in which I took 500 pips roughly from the market. So even though August was a losing month, it could have been a winning month, and if I would have held on to that Canadian dollar trade, which is why I wanted to show improvement on holding on to those winners, and which is what helped me show a nice profitability for September, was the fact that I took another trade that was signaled in the same market and held on to it for a longer period of time, based on my previous experience of not effectively holding on to a trade as long, which at the end of the day, not holding on to that trade cost me the profitability in August, because if I would have held on to that trade, August would have turned out to be a profitable month. Seeing this. So again, going back to the equity curve for the month, you can see for the year, overall profitability is on a continuous uptrend, and this is the Speculator signing out for another quarterly review here at Take Your Profits. And let me just leave you off with this breakdown of my performance, comparing it to the S&P 500. As you can see, the S&P 500 for the year is down 10.64%, and I am up 31.95%. And again, this is a Speculator signing out here at Take Your Profits. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, take your profits.